All right, welcome back, world, to another episode of the Hollywood Kippax podcast. I'm your co-host with the co-host Alex Mills. Join with me once again is Will Lopez. Will, how's it going?
Hey, I'm here faithfully as always, brother.
Faithfully and as always. Um, it has been a while since we've done one of these. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
There are a lot of cobwebs to shake off. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And it is spooky season, so it is of the season, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
Will, I was doing the agenda today for this episode. There's a lot to catch up on,
Oh
but
yeah.
two interesting items of city news is that it seems like city players are starting to get rap sheets. They're starting to get
Really?
involved with the law. Yeah, Kyle Walker urinating in public,
What?
and Mateus Nunez got into a punch up and arrested at a Madrid bar on
I did
September
see
8th.
that. I did see
Yeah,
that.
so, Will, as our in-house resident legal expert, do you have any perspective on this, or any advice for our alleged perpetrators, lawbreakers on
That
city?
that goddamn Kyle Walker, he just he's so proud of his penis, bro. The guy just likes to have it out there, bro. This is like the second time it's in media.
Yeah.
Remember when he supposedly flashed that other waitress or whatever the hell?
Oh, yeah. That I did see that. Yeah.
And then Nunez looks like that finger just got a little stronger if he's punching out people. So hey, these guys are getting that grit, bro. They're getting that grit, and they need to bring that shit to the pitch.
Yeah, they need to get a little bit of hardened toughness from having maybe a jail stint in the clink or two. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Builds mindset. All right. But as we said, yes, there is a lot to get into, but we can start right off the bat. City played yesterday in the Champions League, defeating Slovan Bratislava 4-0.
Yes,
So, Will, were you watching that match, and what was your take on that match?
I was watching it in and out of the delivery van, but I had the headphones on listening to when I wasn't watching it. And goddamn, dude, every time I looked at that damn screen, Rico Lewis, brother, Rico Lewis. I just that guy's so hot right now, bro. He is so hot. God damn it, that Rico Lewis, he's so hot right now. And it's just
I'm clipping that.
that's from Zoolander. But yeah, but yeah, man, fuck. The amazing pass, the through pass that he gave to Haaland, just for Haaland to lay the goalie to sleep. Gundogan with his first goal of the season.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Somebody else got a first goal of the season, was Phil Foden. We got to see
PT.
the golden Foden is back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, bro. And then the young gun James McAtee. Holy shit, bro. Did you watch this match?
I did, yeah. I was watching in class.
This should have been like 8-0, bro.
Yeah, there was a lot of off the posts and crossbars in that first half. I noted it. Doku post shot in the 23rd minute, Foden post shot in the 25th minute, and Gundo post in the 38th.
You know what I mean? This should have
Yeah.
been 7-0. I apologize. Yes, 7-0. Uh, but then again, we're talking about a very not not par to Manchester City. As the commentators were saying it, this was a good training. This was a good training session for Manchester City.
I mean, it was a rotated squad. Stefan Ortega got the start. Uh, Mateus Nunez is just someone that hasn't really heavily featured in the squad, so he gets a start. Typically, Kovacic starts there. Foden comes back. This is his first start of the season.
Yeah,
So a lot of people were getting this minutes, right? Rico Lewis also getting minutes, and also Walker's drama too leaves him off the field. But yeah, so just to recap though, Gundogan scored the first goal in the first minute, deflection goal. Doku
hmm,
assists Foden on the second goal. So that was Foden's first goal of the season, first start, second game. So
yeah,
that's the second game of the season. And then, as I noted, all the post shots. Second half, Rico Lewis assists Haaland, just really just opens up. Just like he sees the Holland makes the run, sees Holland making the run, just puts it right through the middle. Uh, Holland lays it up, and then Foden assists James McAtee, who's the super sub, comes on the 73rd minute, scores the fourth goal again. The game ends 4-0. But what stood out to me, though, obviously Foden coming back and scoring a goal. He got the man of the match award. Doku, though, was also particularly threatening too. I mean, just like you see how he was working the ball in the box, doing his thing, and it was working.
Playing the right side.
Playing that right side, yeah. So, um, I'm just kind of curious as we move along with the season how we're going to cope without Rodri, because we did discuss this that Rodri is out with an ACL tear this season, but seeing who plays in the 6 or 8 spot, you know what I mean? So this game they started Nunez and Gundogan in the sort of double pivot, I guess. But any thoughts about how City played differently without Rodri?
Put Gundo and Rico in the middle. I
Well,
like that.
well, Rico's obviously going to move up. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But like, I mean, when we have Rico and Stones on the pitch, that just adds more numbers in midfield. So
yeah.
Stones inverting, always he's the guy that inverts, right? But then Rico's always pushing up on the flank as well. So I mean, with Gundogan coming back, I feel like you might see some features like things that we had in the trouble team, right? The trouble team was very high, had a very high line, and because Gundogan and Stones would facilitate that. So we need to see more of that. But Gundogan pushing forward for sure is like going to be crucial without Rodri being there. So it's going to be interesting to see how Pep plays this lineup now. If we go back to some kind of a we could play like some kind of a 4-2-3-1 instead of what we've been playing recently, which is more like 4-1-4-1 with when Rodri is starts. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um, I mean, it goes without saying, Phone's the man of the match. He has a goal and assist. Yeah, a goal and assist. So, yeah. So, what's the takeaways? Well, what do we move from here in the Champions League?
I like to see Rico play this position more because in this match I saw him more of a playmaker, and he kept running back and running up. This guy has a stamina you can't believe. You know what I mean? He's a young
Mhm.
guy's gun. He makes up for with what Gundogan, his old ass can't fucking really do all that, but he can stand his ground and fucking play the game that he needs to. So I mean, like I said, against this team, this is why we got this weird ass little lineup. You know what I mean? Again, this was a training session to them. You know,
Mhm.
so we have the next match against who the hell do we play next? God damn.
In the Champions League, I would need to check, but
No, I'm talking about in the EPL this weekend.
in the EPL we play Fulham at home.
Okay, so a little bit more quality in that team. Fulham hasn't really been doing good, but they're due for a win. And I mean, for some reason, every time we play these little teams, they strike first. I don't know if you noticed that. Again, secondhand city.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with this squad this weekend.
Well, let me ask you this question before we get off the topic of Champions League. But Gundogan, he's been back only for a few games, and I was having this conversation with students, but the student was trying to say that Gundogan has had a drop off in performance since coming back from Barcelona. Have you observed anything like that, or do you think this is we're seeing just
The,
still
the
we're still Gundogan?
the only stakes have been higher was in the Arsenal game, and he had a wait. Did he play that game?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's the highest stake that I've seen. The guy likes to be under pressure. From what we've seen in the last performance that he had, the guy can he works under good pressure. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So we haven't seen that yet. Yeah, this team wasn't that fucking good that they play in the Champions League, but he had his shots. He had his goal. He had his post. If I bet you, if he made all those goals that were post, I bet you that student wouldn't have anything to say.
Yeah, Well, I deal with a bunch of Barca and Real Madrid fans on a daily basis, and they
Womp
always
womp.
are they always are talking maddish about City, but I'm cool, calm, and collected in the excellence that is City. You know what I mean? In Gundogan, have you ever won a trouble? That's all I say. You know what I mean? Have you ever won a trouble?
Barcelona got whipped by Osasuna last weekend, four to
They
two,
did.
and Real Madrid just fucking lost to a French team, in the Champions League. So
Yeah.
just leave that there for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before they have anything to say. Yeah, exactly.
Three, and four.
Put it on the fridge for them to see.
Put it on the fridge. Um, so we can't. The one last thing though, City versus Inter. We didn't cover it, but City drew Inter in the opening match. Two Champions League in the Champions League 1-1. Any thoughts on that, Will? If you can recall about that?
Uh, very alike, like the Newcastle game that we tied. Also,
Yeah,
it's just two good ass teams going at it, and we are short one of our fucking best players, which was Rodri, and no Rodri, no party. So
yeah.
that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, so we can get into that City versus Newcastle match. So, City drew Newcastle on the weekend, 1-1. The highlights of that match: Grealish assists Gavardiol in the 34th minute, 1-0, and then second half, Ederson concedes a penalty, and Anthony Gordon converts it 1-1. The game ends 1-1. So, Will, what do you take about this match away at St. James Park?
Gundogan should have gave that ball to Erling. He should have gave that ball to Erling Haaland so he could get that rainbow over the goalie because Gundogan thought about it too much, and when he fucking tried chipping the goalie caught it like nothing. That would have been the win right there. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just the way it goes, brother. So uh, it looks like we have a race now for the top three:
Yeah,
Liverpool,
well,
Arsenal, and City.
with City dropping points, Liverpool goes atop the league. Definitely, I am eating my words about Liverpool's form,
Told you.
considering the fact that that left them out of my top four prediction. So, uh, but so I think a big a big feature of this game, or what happened in that game, was the penalty that Ederson conceded. You know what I mean? And that's kind of on point with Ederson. You know what I mean? He can
Yeah.
kind of make those dumbass challenges that leads to a penalty, right? And
Yeah.
this kind of gets interesting because the news on the block is that Stefan Ortega is shooting for the number one spot. He says that he wants to be the number one keeper for City. And if you can recall, you remember the goalkeeper drama that we had in the summer, who is going to be the goalkeeper, who's going to stay, who's going to go. Fortunately, we got Stefan back, but then Ederson was about to leave. He had one foot out the door going to the Saudi League, but then he stays, and so now they're going to split playing time. But Stefan Ortega is this a cause for concern with Ederson? Should we consider who's the number one keeper on this team? What do you think?
I don't think so, especially when both threatened fucking to leave last season. Mr. Ortega was thinking about going to Leverkusen, you know, and then old boy old boy Ederson was not threatening, but the rumors were that he would go to the Saudi League. So in a way, it kind of neutralized everything. It's back to where it was, like play your fucking game, perform, guys, please. There's tournaments to be assigned. That's what Pep needs to do. Give Ortega a big tournament and a small one. Give Ederson a big one and a small one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Give them FA Cup and Champions, and you Carabao and the EPL. That's what we need to do because if you're taking somebody else's game time, you're gonna stir up some shit, and people are gonna feel some type of way. And this is not that team to do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
From watching Inside City, it's a big family and everybody has fun and we all love each other.
But they all
So
know their roles, because and there's roles, and you know what I mean, and there's a lot of competitions to go around, so there's a need for rotation, so people are going to get their playing time.
yeah,
But I just think that what I saw from Stefan Ortega for the second half of last season, and the amazing plays that he made for us, I mean, the Tottenham away at the end of the season
Oh
goes back.
yeah,
That's basically won us the league, right?
yeah.
But I think I would prefer Stefan Ortega. I would prefer Stefan Ortega's composure,
Mm,
but at goaltending, than Eddie. You know what I mean? Like at this point now, like Ederson. I mean, goes without saying, he's been our number one goalkeeper for like the last 7, 8 seasons. You know what I mean? It's hard
yeah.
to imagine a world without Ederson. But at this point, I'm just like looking at some of the things some of the things he does, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I mean, I think I prefer Stefan Ortega. You know what I mean?
He's getting a little sloppy and careless,
Yeah.
you
You know what I
know.
mean?
But yeah, it's somebody that has passion for the game. You know what I mean? And I respect it. But yeah, you sharpen it up, brother. Sharpen it
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
I mean, I think I'm, I can empathize with Ederson. I mean, I was probably a loony when I was a keeper, because that was when I played soccer. I was keeper. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I like making challenges and stuff. Can't help but notice out that Cameron's calling us the C word in the chat. He called us it twice.
Oh wow.
Very, just very upfront about this chat. It, I think Cameron's excited because he did cop some Oasis tickets today in the chat. I think that's what gives him, he feels a license to call us the C word in the chat because he's so excited that he got Oasis tickets.
For the Rose
But
Bowl or for England?
no. Well, he has tickets for England and the Rose Bowl. And I am broke, but I get paid tomorrow, so
There you go.
I'm going to the general public on sale tomorrow. So
There you go.
I'll be calling everyone C words tomorrow when I get my Oasis tickets.
There you go.
Um but Cameron says this, Ederson is like Gabby Jesus. They are bad at what they're supposed to do, but can do other things much better. Come on,
I
you
like that.
Spurs. I'm drunk. So, okay, that explains things.
Ah,
Okay.
cheers, my friend. Stay
What are you
thirsty.
are you drinking alone? Oh, you're drinking with old Aztecs rugby. Okay. I thought you were drinking alone because I know you have a problem, Cameron.
Hey man. Hey man. Let's not go there.
let's not put everyone on blast in this chat. We're all
Yeah.
fucking drunks. You know what I mean? Uh, you know what I mean? Actually, I'm stone cold sober right now. I had a cup of coffee actually before this.
I
That's
think
why
the
I'm
most drunkest I saw
happy
you
right
was
now.
in Ohio, dude.
No, oh, I blacked out. You remember when
That
I was
was the
in
drunkest
you
you
remember
seen me.
when I was in Vegas? You remember when I was in Vegas?
Yeah.
I passed out at the pool.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not sure if you remember, but
Yeah.
me and my girlfriend went to the pool and I passed out. And then I revived, and then we went to Italy, and then
That's
we met
right.
up with you guys at the Tropicana.
Yeah.
Uh, by the way, Camacho's Mobile Bar has some open spots for the turnaround trip. Not for November, but potentially for
Yeah.
December because it's
Yeah.
sold
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That shit sold out this time, brother. Like that.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody saw the videos of me and my mom winning all that money, and they were
yeah,
like, "Fuck, we want to go with her everywhere she goes too."
yeah,
So
dude.
yeah, man.
I gotta learn from her. I gotta put the three step method to the test.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean?
Yeah.
I've been digesting. I've been digesting Bretsky videos.
There you go. There you go.
This is that pinball machine. Goddamn.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Penball and top dollar, and
yeah.
then you play the numbers.
The
But yeah,
numbers.
yes, sir.
Okay. So, all right, enough of that plug.
Uh-huh.
But to get back to the Liverpool Newcastle match, right? So, yeah. So, what does C do well? Should we make? Should we be concerned about this result? What should we think about this game?
About the Champions League.
It's Newcastle.
Oh, the Newcastle game. I mean, it's just it's always like that with these guys, dude. It's never an easy game against Newcastle. You know, it's like the same thing. For some reason, they have the quality of Arsenal sometimes when we play them. It's ridiculous. Uh-oh, what do you got? What do you got going on over there, bro?
No, I'm just looking at Cameron in the chat. He's being hilarious. But yeah, so Newcastle, right? I mean, like, I'm not fretting about this result. It's the first half of the season still.
Yeah.
I mean, we can afford to draw. Newcastle has quality. You know what I mean? Like Isaac, Alex Gordon. This is a team knows they have to fight to be in the conversation. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like Newcastle and Villa, I think, in my opinion, are the teams that are like kind of on the bounce right now. You know what I mean? Like they see how the top four is shaping out to be, and they are fighting. They're going to fight to be in that conversation too. You know, they're
Aston
a
Villa
hard nosed
beat
team.
Bayern.
They did. That was one of the updates that was going to eventually happen. But Aston Villa beat Bayern in the Champions League 1-0. So definitely, I think a statement result for them, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they can beat um, you can beat like a team like that, a behemoth in Europe. You know what I mean? So this is definitely not just a fluky Aston Villa team. This is a Villa team that is making making a statement. You know what I'm saying?
that's that Unai Emery. You feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah. I mean, just that style of play, but like so. But anyhow, yeah. So man of the match. Who do you got for man of the match?
Uh, I'll just give it a Gavardiol for the goal.
Okay. Yeah, Gavardiol, with the little cut. From what I remember, it was a cut to the shoot, right? It was
Hmm.
like pass, a Grealish pass ball in, Gavardiol cuts, shoots, and scores. Yeah. So, um, but we weren't able to do the episode after the Arsenal game, but we did do the live watch for the Arsenal game.
Yeah,
I know the Arsenal game's kind of behind us now, but maybe just kind of say a word or two about that Arsenal result too.
man. Uh, we lost Kevin that day. We
We
lost
did.
we lost Roger that day. I don't want to talk about this, man. But yeah, it's like I'm telling you, it's the same thing with this Newcastle and Arsenal. It's like these guys do their fucking homework and they bring it every time we fucking meet up with them. You know,
Yeah.
so there's nothing else I can say. These guys, they bring it when it comes to the matches against us.
Yeah. I mean, once again, the first half of the season, a draw is not necessarily unto death. You know what I mean? But seeing how we were last season, you know what I mean? That there was I think the first Arsenal result we lost 1-0 was kind of a result that kind of sent us down the rabbit hole last year and sent us on a poor run of form that lasted probably until about January, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
went on a 25-30 game run and won the league, you know what I'm saying? So, I think City fans, we know that we've been in this position many times in the fall. And what you do in the first half of the fall, you know, we haven't lost yet, so like that. That's a good thing, right?
yeah,
Necessarily drawing at this part of the season to good teams shouldn't be. We could draw the top six as we've looked at in the past. We could draw the top six and still win the league. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
we don't necessarily need to beat all of the top six to win the league. We can easily. That's one scenario that we've seen in the past, but we do want to beat. We want to win every game, obviously, right?
yeah.
So the chat is very lively tonight. We got Gal
Really?
Napa in the chat. What's it?
Hey, George
George Napa.
Galdapa.
Yeah, we got Jace Bennett. Jace, long time no talk. Good to see you in the chat. Cam's just stirring the pot, really. And then George is like, "You're not ready for it, though. Alex couldn't handle it." And then Will bails on me when I'm in town.
What the? How did I bail on him this time? He didn't even hit me up.
Bro, I know he's probably been in Southern California like twice in the last like 4 months, and he hasn't even hit us up. So
Dirty
who's
ass. So,
who's that on, George? Really, you know what I mean? Who's that really on? You know what I mean? If you want to come out, hit us up. You know our hood.
damn, George is still first in the fantasy league, isn't he?
Well, because he has fucking Holland. He has Holland. But I'm content. I've contented myself. Well, not contented myself, but I've written off that fantasy league. I am doing well in the fantasy pick'em pool for my NFL. With my girlfriend's family, I am number one right now, and I've
All
been
right.
hitting. My picks have been hitting, bruv. My picks
Okay.
have been hitting,
Well,
bruv.
shoot that shit. What the fuck? I'm over here broke as hell.
Well, I didn't. Well, for this week, I didn't bet on any undefeated teams because I think a lot of undefeated teams are going to be losing this week. And I typically bet on NFC North teams. So I forget, like Packers to beat Rams. Packers are in town this weekend. Uh, Rams suck. Packers will win that. I forget who else. Bears, I have tipped to win. They're at home against the Panthers. So yeah, if you like football, if you like that kind of football, I guess. I really don't like that kind of football, but I'm good at picks. So
Yeah.
in that shit. So anyhow, any final thoughts, Will, about the Newcastle match?
We let that one get away, and we'll see him in the next one.
Yeah. So Premier League news, we already kind of talked about it. Liverpool's atop the league now with that draw. Liverpool beat Wolves to go atop the league. You hate to see it, but the thing you love to see is that United are bad. United is bad this
Yeah, what happened to
season.
your prediction?
Wait, did I predict United in the top four this year? I don't think
Yes, you
I did.
fucking did, dude.
I didn't.
Yes, you
Dude, I did
fucking did.
not. I
I
did
was getting
not.
mad at you for fucking
I
saying
did.
that goddamn prediction.
I did not. I
I'm gonna
did
clip it.
not.
I'm gonna clip it.
All right. You
Check
gotta
this
dig.
out. There, I'm clipping that.
You gotta dig. No, my top four was City, Arsenal, Tottenham, and
And United.
was it United?
Yes, it was. Stop smiling like you don't fucking
Oh,
know. Yeah, you said United. They're like in 10th, 11th place, bro.
fuck. Well, I
And
thought
you
they were
love
done
to
with that.
see it. You love to
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, you did. Yeah, but anyhow, yeah. Liverpool are bad. They lose to Spurs 3-0 at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Like you got to hand it to Pep Guardiola. It's the meme that he played four-dimensional chess, gave the United a decoy FA Cup, and so
Mm-hmm.
they keep Eric Ten Hag, and the shit show keeps rolling. So,
Yeah. Just so you can
um,
keep destroying the goddamn fucking franchise.
yeah, some baffled minds over there for sure. Um, As I said, mentioning some warm-up teams. I'm not sure what you observed, Will, but as I mentioned before, I think Aston Villa and Newcastle are for sure teams that are on the bounce, kind of warming up right now. What other teams have you seen that are that are
Brentford.
Brentford? Okay,
Brentford. You can't go wrong with Brentford. And Chelsea had a fucking field day today, beating the shit out of Ghent. And
that is true.
oh yeah, I bet you George was loving that today. He celebrated that fucking game today.
Yeah,
Where are you seeing these goddamn comments? I can't see them.
on Instagram, dude. Pull up Instagram.
Oh, on this I can't do that.
Well,
I'm
you can't.
fucking
You're
yeah,
on your
yeah, yeah,
phone.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, United makes top four. Alex said he has to wear Anthony jersey. All right.
Ooh,
Uh,
and he
well,
has
that's
to
not gonna
buy it.
fucking happen.
And he has to buy it.
No, so I had to buy Anthony jersey. All right.
Who said
Well,
that? Who said that?
I guess I'll consider that part of the lore, I guess, of Hollywood Kippax. All right. Yeah, whatever. I said United wasn't gonna make top four. But Cameron, come on, you Spurs. Spurs is another team. I mean, they did beat United 3-0. You know what I mean?
Whoa! Oh my God! They beat United. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's what I
God! It's
said, dude.
very impressive.
Uh, very much impressed. Well, I will give it credit that in the game, their center back Mickey Van de Ven took it all the way to the house. Basically, the center back just dribbled the ball all the way up the field and
Yeah.
then crossed it into Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson puts it in. I did think that was a really good play. So
Oh wow! When did Cameron get here? Wait,
yeah.
no, wait a second. You're Alex.
Hey man, give him credit where credit's due. I thought it was a good play.
Yeah. All right. All right.
It's worth the watch of the highlight on the highlight reel. It probably will be on the Premier League highlight reels at the end of the season. But anyhow, okay. So George is going to start cheesing right now, but Cole Palmer against Brighton scored the most goals in
Whoa!
half. 4-0, 4 goals in one half.
Damn, brother. I couldn't believe that, especially because he fucking threw a free kick in there. Holy shit! He almost
Mm-hmm.
scored in every single fucking way, minus a header.
Mm-hmm.
He struck, he penalty, he free kicked, and then I don't remember what the fourth one was like. But damn, that Cole Palmer, bro. That Cole Palmer, bro.
City product, Cole Palmer,
We're
former
seeing
Manchester
we're see
City.
we're seeing our ex girlfriend with her new boyfriend, dude,
Yeah,
and it's looking good for her.
yeah. I like that fit for you. I
All
like
right.
that fit for you.
Remember,
Um,
we hit it first.
how's my taste?
But yeah, man, that's
We're
good
Eskimo
for Cole
brothers.
Palmer. Yeah, there you go.
Uh, yeah, I mean, Cole Palmer, that's an impressive feat. He can have that record. Hold we'll have all the others probably, but
Yeah,
negative. He has negative. Says he has negative aura, but produces for sure. That dude likes his chicken tendies and playing his Xbox.
he's like McLovin, but with like David Beckham's fucking aura, fool.
Yeah, wait, he can score goals. You could be any way you like. Present yourself any way you like. But if you score goals, you could be like the most nerdy, corny dude. But if
Yeah.
you score goals, that'll be the style of the day. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want that haircut. Oh, I want to dress like him. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah. Oh,
So
that fool got bitches that night, fool, for sure.
yeah, that dude's getting laid for sure.
Him and Kyle Walker partied that night.
They pulled up together in the alley, pissing next to each other,
They played swords. All right.
holding hands.
Crisscross.
Crisscross.
Oh man. All
All
right.
right, whatever.
Get it together.
Okay, so though, getting into some city news though. So with Foden's goal that he scored in the Champions League, right? He has scored in the last 7 Champions League campaigns for Man City. So that means he's on the same plane as Lewandowski, Mbappe, and Griezmann.
Oh shit.
So he is in the elite of Europe with that statistic. So how important is Foden to the squad?
I
Well,
mean, this guy picked off right where he left off from last season with the same shot. This guy's that he needs to copyright that left shot. You know
the
what I mean?
left
Because
shot top ends. Yeah.
he and in the Champions League, he passed it in. He didn't even shoot that bitch in. He passed it in. Like how do you say in Spanish? La colocó. Like he. Man, that's crazy, bro. He saw the he got the spidey sense, saw it happen, and he matrixed that fucking ball in, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, so that's that. We talked also about Ortega wanting to be number one. Um, the Ortega is insisting that he is number one, and apparently there is a verbal agreement, despite him signing a new deal. I think it was a 2-year deal that he signed. That there is a verbal agreement that if he wants to leave, he can leave, but he wants to be number one at City next season. So, do you see that path being open for Stefan?
I don't like that argument, bro. I don't like this like that this talking of who's number one, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
That didn't happen before. Now it's happening, and I don't like it, bro. That's like saying who's number one, Erling Haaland or fucking. You know, it's like, dude, no, man.
yeah,
We're a fucking team, bro. We're a fucking team. Do your job, perform, and let's get these titles. You know,
yeah.
but I just don't like the talk that I want to be number one. Oh, this guy wants to be number one. Like, nah, man. I have no opinion on that.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is from City Extra. Don't shoot the messenger. So don't shoot
Oh
the messenger.
hell no!
So, but like, I mean, if Ortega, I mean, I mean, if there's a way to work out an arrangement where they can both get even playing time, Ederson and Ortega, which I think they're trying to do right now,
Yeah,
uh, that is the workable arrangement. But I don't know. I guess you do to a point that when you start bringing who's the number one keeper, that brings ego into it, right? Like they want the first choice playing time, whatever, most of the playing time, and then the other person get the whatever the other stuff, right? So I mean, I think obviously in the City locker room, that's how they think, right? Like there's no number one. Everyone's just playing their role on the team. Some are probably more regularly featured, like obviously Haaland when he's healthy, right? Like he's going to play, right? Roger when he's healthy, he's going to play. Um, and all the other pieces really are just kind of interchangeable, right? Depending on what competition we're in. But like I just my last word on that is like we should keep Ortega. Ortega is solid. We should not let him walk away. Just figure. I don't know. I'm not privy to the any more locker room information, but yeah, definitely keeping Ortega in the mix for sure is something we need. We already mentioned it. Rodri out the ACL tear. Akanji made an interesting comment that I wanted to talk about. Was that he made a joke that he'll retire at 30 because of, and he said that joke in relation to how many competitions that City are going to be involved in this season.
Hey, what is that
So,
noise? Sounds like
oh,
scratching. All right, no, I'm sorry. Sorry to bring
okay.
that to a screeching halt. It's
Well,
it's happening again.
well, I think that's the PCP you took, dude.
What is that?
I don't know, dude.
Do you guys hear that? Like the people on the chat, do you guys hear that too?
No, I don't hear shit, dude.
What the fuck is that? Okay, it's just me then. It sounds like rustling, like over your desk or something.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Oh man, you're tripping me out, bro. Okay. Oh, there it is again. Holy shit. All right. All right. All right. I'll try to ignore it. Let's go.
All right, dude. So once again, Rikanji makes a quip, says he'll retire at 30, and this is in relation to how many fixtures that City plays. Do you think City players are that City's involved in too many competitions?
Uh no. I like this many competitions. Hey man, when fucking international break comes and all these bullshit and all these breaks, I miss this shit. So give me all the fucking Man City that I can get, bro.
Well, for the fans, it's good, but for the
Yes.
players, I mean, as we can see, Rodri's out injured this season. He was involved in the Euro and goes down with an injury this year, and he's played basically all of the last 2 seasons that he's been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, and the fact is that after this season ends with all the competitions, seeing where we end up next season, right? But in the Club World Cup, we had the Club World Cup in the summertime, so they're basically going to be playing a full calendar's worth of football. You know what I mean? Against across 4 or 5 different competitions. So I think definitely it's merited consideration with players and how much injuries that can accumulate over a season, right? So because we just played in the Carabao, we are having an international break. That's another competition that the players are playing in, and then also FA Cup is coming up as well. So just the fact that these organizations stack so many competitions in one year, UEFA, FIFA, and you know I think it negatively impacts um, health of the players, right? And that's what we need. We need our players there to win the games, right? So, uh, yeah. Anyhow, City. So this was a bit of a news. We did make a post about this when it happened, but it's sort of hard to explain. But City won a legal victory in the 115 charges case. So last week there was supposed to be a meeting with all the Premier League clubs, and I think it's a monthly meeting with the Premier League clubs. And typically the Premier League sends out an agenda of what's going to be talked about beforehand. One of the things that was going to be discussed was APT rules, so associated party transaction rules. And to explain briefly what APT rules is that um, all club sponsorship deals need to be fairly valued, um, typically by some third party entity that the Premier League hires. But basically, this is to stop clubs from overinflating club sponsorship deals with businesses that are associated with teams' ownership. So you see this Etihad Airways is the club sponsor for City, but the members who part of the members who own City also have stakes in the Etihad company, right? So the APT rules is a big framework of which a lot of the 115 charges is coming from. So apparently, though, the Premier League walked back this agenda item off the agenda because of City's legal challenge in court. So City are currently in court fighting for defending themselves against the 115 charges, and the APT rules is a key part of that argument against City. But if City are winning that challenge, that's the why the Premier League took it off the agenda. So it's a positive in the sense that it seems like City are being successful in court.
Yeah.
If
Hey,
you could follow
hey,
that,
you're chopping them down, baby, little by little. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Got to clear the name.
that court case though is expected to last 10 weeks. It started about 2 weeks ago, so we're in week 3. There should be a decision sometime in early January of next year. So, um, but just from we're not getting much information about what's happening in the courtroom. But if this is something that's happening as a result of the challenge, it's positive. So we'll see if what happens with City um, in the 115 charges moving ahead, right?
Hmm.
So moving ahead, though, so City just released the new North Stand expansion. So they're expanding the North Stand of the stadium to add more seats. So the goal is to be eventually able to host a Champions League final at the venue and also World Cup stuff, right?
Nice.
So I'm not sure if you saw the artistic renderings, but definitely a larger stand in the north side, and also complete with the hotel that's being built in the concourse. Yeah, so this is definitely way more investment from the club. So did you were you able to see anything about that,
Yeah,
Will?
I did see the blueprints and all that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, definitely positive for the club. Um, I will say this. So we weren't able to talk about this when it first dropped, but we were talking about this in the chat. I believe it was for the Inter game where they had the bad luck kits, our new bad luck kits, the City Oasis Man City
The PP
collaboration
stain
kits
uniform.
that definitely maybe uniforms. So so Oasis is doing this season is collaborating heavy with Oasis and Noel Gallagher. Um, they released a fourth kit that's inspired by the Definitely Maybe cover, and also the writing on the numbers at the back of the jerseys are Noel Gallagher's handwriting. So, what do you make of the fourth kit and this whole collaboration?
Good for Noel Gallagher, and I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it, and we always have to choose one uniform that just these guys. It's a bad luck uniform, and that's just me, bro. Like they don't look good. I the PP stain meme killed it for me, made it worse for me. And yeah, dude, I just don't like it, bro. But hey, that's my opinion. Maybe there's other fucking fans that love it, and good for you, you know?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really see the resemblance to the Definitely Maybe cover. The only resemblance I see is that maybe there's some colors that are on the cover of the album that look similar to that are on the kit, but I don't know. The connection's not very clear. But also, I was watching the Champions League highlights, and we were wearing our away kits, the burgundy, the claret away kits, which
Yeah,
I like. You know what I mean? But the handwriting, the jersey letter writing on the
in the
back
back. Yeah.
is Noel Gallagher's handwriting, and I just don't like that. Like, it doesn't. It looks like chicken scratch, and it just where typically City the last few seasons City have had like two sets of numbers. They had the Premier League numbering and the Champions League numbering. You know what I mean? And they're both good numbering. Like you could read the jersey, you could see what name it is. It's clear. You know what I'm saying? And like with this, it's just like chicken scratch on the back of a jersey. You know what I mean? Like I've been an Oasis fan my whole life, but this Oasis collaboration definitely jumps the shark. You know what I mean? It's just
Imagine
like
they're just saying
tacky.
it's his handwriting and it's not even his handwriting.
I don't think it's his handwriting because I've seen his handwriting on like sheets of paper, like on handwritten lyric sheets.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that the writing on that his kid that's not necessarily his thing. He writes in a kind of cursive style way when he's like writing lyrics or signing stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um but like the kid, it's like I don't he doesn't really write like that. So like it's not even true to his hand style. He just was like, I don't know, he just decided to like write all the players' names on a sheet of paper and then hand it into the city kit designing squad or whatever. And then just like, yeah, it doesn't like it's just yeah, this collaboration just jumps the shark. Like they've done plenty of Oasis and Noel Gallagher collaborations throughout the years, but it never didn't not hit like this. Like it's or lack of hit it didn't hit like this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm not a fan,
Well,
and
wait till
so
you go to your Oasis show. You're gonna see a lot of those goddamn jerseys.
I don't think you will. I think you'll probably see a lot of vintage kits there. I mean, people want to relive the '90s, so they'll probably see a lot of '90s kits there, and um, just like people in parkas. But to each their own, right? But I'll probably be wearing a city kit when I'm there as well. So
Yeah,
who
of
knows?
course.
But anyhow, we kind of mentioned this at the top of the show though. So Walker was caught urinating in public. Nunez was arrested for punching someone who was videotaping him in a bathroom. So people were like, "Oh, it's Nunez in Madrid," and Nunez was arrested or briefly apprehended before being released.
Yeah.
So city players, man, they're getting rap sheets, get in trouble with the law. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice.
you love to see it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
gives them an edge,
Yeah.
right? So uh, that is a wrap up. Any other news? Did you see anything else, Will, from the interwebs that you want to mention on here?
Just that supposedly we're looking at some guy from Real Sociedad to take the place of Rodri's position.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of the goddamn player. God damn it. But yeah, and then supposedly we have scouts going to,
Torino versus Inter
yes, for a certain player also.
on Torino. I forget the name, but I could see his.
Yeah, so I mean, we're scouting out because I mean, an ACL, that's no joke, bro. You know,
Yeah,
ACL's no joke, and we need somebody with that same quality. We need another Spanish Superman,
yeah.
if you will.
Yeah, I mean, we got a few players out. I mean, Rico Lewis is out with a clear leg break or foot break or whatever it was.
Rico
Yeah,
Lewis.
no, not Rico Lewis. Bob,
I was like,
Oscar
fuck,
Bob,
when did that happen? Oh yeah,
yeah,
Oscar
Oscar,
Bob.
Oscar Bob.
Damn,
Yeah, so
gone too soon.
those are injuries that can really alter a player's career. But like Rodri's kind of in his late 20s, so I think he can bounce back from that. But we won't have him for this season. So, but yeah, there are some. I'm sure City are working out transfer moves, future transfer moves, and seeing what we can get from Europe. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, definitely putting feelers out there for who could be our replacement at in the number 6 or 8 position. So, all right. So this is just a reminder to follow us across all social media platforms on Instagram, Hollywood Kippax, KIPPAX official on Instagram, then Hollywood Kippax across all other social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube,
mm-hmm,
and TikTok.
mm-hmm.
Slowly getting back. We have over 1,000 followers now, over 1,100 followers. Um, we haven't been doing these things a lot lately because we've been busy people, right? Like
Yeah,
our schedules don't necessarily align like they used to because we used to be able to do these things on Saturday or Monday nights in previous seasons, but Will works late and I've been working a lot on the weekends too with doing extra stuff. So so we haven't been able to do these things, but we still are dedicated to the team, dedicated to you guys, to the
yes,
fans,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so we'll keep these things going. We typically shoot now for Wednesday nights. But then sometimes shit happens, but we're here and we'll try to do it. We're closing in on 100 episodes, so we're gotta think about doing something special for that 100th episode.
Hey,
Maybe
man,
get some guests on.
the 100th episode has to be in person, brother.
That is true. That is true.
I don't want to do it like this. This doesn't. I need to. I need to. I need to feel you, bro.
Dude, are you the Diddy right now, dude? Are you
I
did?
need a. I need a Diddy you. I was gonna say that right now.
Yeah, Diddy,
Oh my god.
bro.
I need to feel you, bro.
Save the baby oil, dude. I uh
Oh god.
anyhow, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, we're still we're hanging in there, and maybe things will change, and we'll get
Yeah.
back to kind of more regular scheduled programming. But it is, it is. We just got to keep, we do this when we can. So but yeah, so moving ahead, we have one more game before another international break. We have City Fulham at the Etihad this Saturday, I believe, and we can go from there. So, Will, we're playing Fulham. They could be a tricky team. What do you make of this match?
Uh, full guns blazing. Full guns blazing on this one. I want Phil Foden, Jeremy Doku. I want Erling Haaland. Give me Rico Lewis, Gundogan. No, 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 no. Oh, God damn it, that Johnny. Um, fuck, Kyle's not of it. Oh, damn, dude. Hey, this is gonna be some crazy ass lineup this weekend, dude. I can't
Yeah.
even. I can't even give you one, dude. I need to wait till to see what happens. I don't feel confident about my pick.
Well, we could just, spitball because that's what we do. That's what
Yeah.
podcasts are for. So, I have a notion. I'm gonna say right back that I think Grealish makes the lineup.
Mm, okay.
I think
Okay.
Grealish makes a lineup. I think maybe Doku on the right. Give me Foden central, um, Kovacic, Gundo, and then your typical standard back line: Cavardiol, Diaz, Akanji, and Rico Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All right.
think
I
I,
fuck with
I
that.
think I think Grealish makes the
And Ederson.
the yeah, and Anderson. Yeah. So, yeah, but I think the change made is that we might see another a curtain call for Grealish, I guess. Considering that he did play pretty decent in the Champions League. If not, I guess we'll go with like Doku, Savino. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of like what we've been seeing a lot more lately. So, but do you fuck with that? What do you say?
I fuck with it, and I'm stepping a 3-1 Hollywood Kippax safe bet on it.
Okay. I would say the rhythm goes Fulham scores first, and then I'll raise you 1-4-1.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll raise you a
So
Savino goal.
a Savino goal. Okay. I'm gonna say Foden is good for one, Holland for a brace, and yeah, I'll go with the Savino goal.
All right.
Yeah. No, Gundo goal.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, no, Gundo doesn't even make my lineup, right? No, Kovacic and Gundo are the double pivot. Okay. No, yeah, Gundo.
Okay.
Okay. All
You
right.
heard it here
So
first. Lock him
boom,
in.
lock it in. All right. So that is it for my agenda. We got it in right underneath an hour, covering about a month's worth of city news in 55 minutes. Will, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
That's about it, brother.
That was, I would say, a pretty clinical episode considering how much information that we had to get through.
Yeah.
Um, but this is the podcast that your girlfriend tells you to not worry about, and this is the podcast that supports the best team in the land.
The best team in the world. Come on,
Come on,
City.
City.
You
Come on,
know.
City. Come on. It's gonna be biblical. Come on. Oasis. Oasis. Back together. Wish me luck in the
In the
everything
queue.
about to in the queue. Trying to get those $252 GA tickets
Sheesh.
to at the Rose Bowl.
There
But
you go.
Daddy's getting paid tomorrow, so I'm rolling in the dough.
Money.
Money. All right. Cheers. Have a good night.
See you next week.